You know, there's really something to be said about players out there that are actively trying to get better while having fun. You know, this game and all battle royales, to be honest, are very difficult to do both, especially that player base that started with Warzone 1. You guys were at such a disadvantage, and you still kind of are. And again, these videos will help you break out of those bad habits and force your way into eventually greatness. I promise you guys, if you just pay attention to the mistakes these guys make, you will become a better player almost overnight. All right, so not wasting any time at all, guys. You already see that he's just looting super efficiently. This man is in and out. He already had 4 kills, and this man just got back from the gulag. So he might have gotten 2 kills in the gulag, I don't know, but regardless, in the first few seconds, he dropped 2. So he had to have hot dropped. And again, we are spectating solo, and you know, for Warzone 1, we didn't really spectate solo much towards the end. But the way Warzone 2 is, I'd really hate for you guys just to dive into quads, because quads is so difficult. I definitely recommend solos, duos, and maybe trios. I mean, shit, I barely even play quads. That used to be my favorite mode. So if you guys, again, are trying to get better, man, trust me, you're better than you give yourself credit for. You just got to drop the bad habits and build some self-confidence in the game. And the only way to do that, again, get the reps in, man. You don't have to play 1,000 hours a day, but the little time you guys do have to play, please get out there and just play the game. Play how it's meant to be played. Your boy's got a safe cracker right now. Not too bad. Let's sit down, bro. I'm a little lazy today. I'm curious to see this man get in a fight. Again, I have a lot of hope. That right there is one of the things I hate about this game. The fact that you can open crates and find precisions and clusters. And again, I'm going to say it one more time and not mention it again, but it is weird to me that they limited the amount of streaks you can buy, but they buffed the amount of streaks you can find. You're actually better off just looting crates to find a shit ton of streaks than you are actually getting money and going to a buy. It's very flip-flop. It's almost like you're punished for going after money, which again is weird because we actually have objectives called safe crackers. All right, we're gonna fast forward through all this stuff. I'm not gonna make you guys watch this, but yeah, I'll catch you guys here shortly. Guys, do you hate cheaters as much as me? Make sure you purchase Sneak Energy. It doesn't do anything about the cheaters, but it definitely gives you a lot more energy. And it just makes your day a lot better, especially when you spectate shit like this. You know, you get sad, just take a sip. Wow, you instantly don't give a shit anymore. It's the weirdest thing. Weird. Use code Savage at checkout, guys. The shit's the truth. All right, we just finished up the last save cracker, so hopefully we get into something. Now, I will be honest, I am a little confused. Again, you know, he came out the ghoulie, might have gotten 2 kills in there, definitely got 1, but he had 4 kills, meaning he was aggressive enough and accurate enough to get those 4 kills in the first 60 seconds of the game. So I am a little concerned now that we're witnessing a player that I believe to be good. He was looting fast, he was doing objectives, he clearly could shoot, and still can clearly shoot. It is weird to see him slow it down this much. I'm really hoping he picks up the pace. Now, there is a player base out there that plays like him. A lot of you guys can relate to this, so pay attention. A lot of you guys have finally gotten the ability to shoot. You can win most of your gunfights, or at least damn well near half of them. But then you get into this rhythm of like, okay, well, the hot drop worked and I died. Now where do I go? And that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from him. And again, you know, with the money he has, buy stations, even though it sucks you can only buy 1, at least go to the buy station and buy 1. As we run around out here, we're technically blind. I want to always try my best to have some kind of UAV up in the air, whether it's an actual UAV, whether it's a stronghold UAV, portable UAV, whatever the case is. I hate not knowing, because as we walk through the map, we run into areas like this that have already been looted for the most part. And there's a good chance that we run into, oh, I got excited. See, look, weird, another one. There is a good chance we run into somebody else just straight up camping. And it's almost like his gameplay virtually changed, almost like he gave his controller to somebody else. Okay, well, that was a shadow and we just heard footsteps, so I'm assuming someone just landed on us. Now, look, let's talk about this real quick, because this is kind of sketch. So when you're walking up staircases, I get we're looking at this, but what if the enemy is looking down even more above us? You know, the other corner that we cannot see. that could be problematic. So like when you're scanning, he's doing an okay job. He's just doing it too slow. You want to scan quickly and make sure that you're not vulnerable. This right here is just a huge mistake that we see a lot of players make. All right, so he's not up here. I'm assuming he's on the rooftop. Maybe he backed out. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he splatted, but we definitely heard somebody above us. I am curious to see how he approaches this. We still hear his footsteps. So that's definitely not a bad decision, but to be honest, I try to get the hell out of here. So this is just an unfortunate position in the first place. I wouldn't want to challenge this enemy in this area regardless. I'd try to bait some shots. I never would have come up the staircase. I would have bailed out, got on top of the gas station, rotated somewhere else, clustered them then, and forced them out of the spot. We've kind of put ourselves in a weird position. Know why that man went prone. And unfortunately, the enemy got away. Now, look, again, the objective of this fight, like I had said when I originally pushed this, I would just bail away the moment we saw him on top of us. Now, why? Well, you can't really see the enemy jump off. You can't get shots on him. You can't gatekeep him to the rooftop if you're underneath him. Because if you're looking one way, he could jump off another direction. Again, you want to distance yourself a little bit from it. Try to get an angle on him. You might be able to down him without even having to waste the cluster. But regardless, you have the cluster in pocket. Cluster it, wait for him to jump off, and because you have a little bit of distance and separation, hopefully you can beam him. And clearly, because we beamed him off the rooftop, he's got that ability. So those are moments that you hate to see, and again, dude, hopefully he learns from that. This is going to be a much shorter video than normal. I want to start editing out all the BS, like when it comes to rotations and how they got here, for sure, but stuff like this. All right, now be aware, 2 dots had popped up, and now there's 1. And now there's none. So there's definitely a player over there. I doubt that was the guy that timed out. So the guy's got ghost on, and be aware. Let's see how he approaches this building, because it looks like he's getting a little curious. We spot the enemy. Hesitation. Nope. First off, the hesitation, massive. He just sat there and sat there and sat there. And look, I understand you want to debate whether or not it's worth shooting him. Should I not shoot and push him? Should I shoot and down him? Regardless, he should have made that decision a lot sooner, and he definitely should have shot him right when the guy's still here. When he's moving side to side, I can understand a little hesitation, but right here at this point, that's easy beams. And unfortunately, the guy sidestepped, and we literally didn't even track him. We just kept our crosshair where it was. So again, when you're aiming at an enemy, always track the guy. Keep the enemy between your front sight. The scariest part is the enemy's not cracked. I think we hit him twice, so he's got a sliver of a plate, maybe even 2, depending on a satchel. We see the laser right here, and then it disappears. So I know the enemy's inside moving around, and he just got a kill. So I'm thinking he has at least the ability to shoot. I would have played a little passive right here. I try to bait the enemy to peek again and hopefully break his armor before I push up, because even if this enemy doesn't peek and kill us, as we push up the staircase, as we climb the ladder, we'll be vulnerable. So you want to try your best to crack him, force him to waste more time doing the animation to pop more plates instead of just running out here. It's almost like when you're going through doors. Like a lot of people just go indoors and challenge enemies, but when you watch a lot of our gameplay, we'll bust the door open, pop some shots, back up, and reassess the situation. Either bait the enemy to us, try to get some more shots, know exactly where he is, re-enter, and just instantly beam. There's so many different things you can do, and this is the exact same situation. A lot of people fall when it comes to pushing buildings. Granted, there's not that much distance between this one and that one, but if you have an aggressive player like this guy clearly is, it's unfortunate. And that's one you're going to want back. Now, this guy was camping in the building, so hopefully we get something good. Hopefully. I saw the enemy behind the building, a little bit of movement. Yep, he spotted him. Oh, he just spectated him last week. And here we are again. All right, watch the enemy rotate to the left. We're going to try our best to push up and hopefully kill this guy in the open. He's got 16 with 31 up. This could be Definitely a 20 kill game. Could possibly be a 30 kill game. As far as the enemy's concerned right there, to be honest, I'm not really going to judge him too heavy. That guy I will, however. So the only thing I want to correct this guy on is just looking. Granted, we're playing this as a really good heady, and he might be looking and maybe doesn't see us for whatever reason, but issues like this, you're just going to want to be more observant. And I say that, and we can play the what if game all day, but I'm really not going to slay him too hard because, again, like, we don't know what he could see from his perspective. He knew he got shot from this building. He can't really predict the push, but you should always try your best to predict the push. And as for the second guy, that was just beautiful odds. I mean, Dakota was just looking, and the guy walks right in front of us. Wow. And that dude didn't have any cover, no concealment, no nothing. He just came up here to see what was up. When it comes to the zone, we had the zone earlier when we spectated my gameplay last week, and it's going to be somewhat similar. I love terrain-based endings, and when you look at the terrain, it's split basically in half. I do think the village and oil is the majority because a lot of the circle's out of bounds. So when it comes to this circle, it's still too early to read to pre-rotate. If it was split 50-50, I would go ahead and prefer the terrain because at least there's a good chance. But because there's about, I'd say 65-70% of this circle on this side of the map, I would wait before we rotate away. So let's see what he does. Let's see what happens with the circle. So for y'all curious to how we got here, Savage, how'd he go from 18 to 19 kills? Well, funny story. Jailbreak happened again. Seems like it does every solos game. I landed on him, I teabagged him, and he shot me in the fucking face. And here we are. Moving on. So that's how he got 19 kills. Am I feeding him? Technically, yes, but only for spectating purposes. Oh, shit. All right, yo, that was actually a really good reaction. I don't know if y'all caught that or not, but as the vehicle came spinning at him, instead of it splatting him, he jumped in that bitch. So really good reaction. Great shots on him as well as the vehicle. Good play by the armored car to actually just, I mean, it was really good play. It's just unfortunate that Dakota just outthought him, to be honest. Let's see how he chases this guy down. Does he chase him down? We're in a pretty weak vehicle. I don't know if he's going to, but yeah, he's not. He said, no, I'm good. I definitely don't blame him. You might get lucky and do it once. I don't know about a second time, brother. Especially when it has its doors. I do have precision, so if he does sit still, I just light it up. All right, so the bag here is kind of concerning. I want to make sure that nobody's here before we stay too tunnel vision on this guy. Don't worry, guys. The new spectating mode is awesome. So here's the weird part about the lobby we're in, right? We got 21 kills. There's still 10 enemies left. And it seems to me like us and the people in the vehicle are the only ones that pre-rotated. This is the moment where I would have used the precision to blow that bitch up so you can't get it again. Put him in a real bad spot. Another vehicle right-hand side. Unfortunate for your boy. Now look, this is a problem too. It's something you don't want to do. I'm all for taking vehicles, but if you take a vehicle, I mean, Dakota did it as well, right? But I probably should have slayed him for it. Fuck you, Dakota. Should have done this. He pulls up in a vehicle, he needs to clear the area. At least when Dakota pulled up, he cleared 3/4 of the area. This guy here, I really expect him to. Now, when you pull a vehicle up, especially this late, people know you're here. People are going to know you're here. If I'm taking a vehicle to this side, I want to play the dunes. I want to play the terrain. I want to make sure no one's near me. The fact that you're cramming yourself in this box, if he doesn't check all the corners and crevices in this building or in these ruins, it's going to be detrimental to his death. So I'm all for taking vehicles, but play terrain more than anything. You see the guy on the back dune. I gotta say too, notice the mirage effect. This is the first time I'm really noticing the like, I guess it's not a mirage, the haze. Look at this. Your boy he actually went in the corner. Now look at what Dakota's doing while he's in ruins versus that guy. Dakota's looking around. He's fighting people. He's paying attention to things around him. That guy said, nope, I'm in my safe space. This is where I want to be. Fuck you. And now he's dead. So just a tip right there, guys. Stop going on corners. Make sure you clear the area. And always, if you take the vehicle to the end circle, if you can, make sure you're somewhere safe and you don't put yourself in an area like this. Now, I guess he didn't see the guy on the dune. I find that hard to believe. He might have seen him, which is why he's paying a little more attention to that area. The biggest problem that I see right now is the fact that there's 6 enemies alive and no one's looking for us. We're shooting enemies, we're making noise, and there's not a single person in any of these dunes peeking it to at least gather intel. They might know where we're at, so you might be like, Savage, that's stupid. They already know where he's at. That's cool, but they don't know where the other 6 enemies are. So again, if I'm the guy on the ridge, dude, I'm playing the whole thing. I'm gonna wrap around, I'm gonna try to get my eyes on other people. Again, try to fight. What I have a feeling is gonna happen is we're gonna get the last 6 kills, and nobody else is gonna fight each other. And this is why players like Dracoda are so successful in solos, and players like these guys are struggling big time because they get to end game, the heart rate goes up, they start to panic, they don't want to die, so they're afraid to look. Don't be afraid to look. Always have confidence in yourself, and even if you die, it is what it is. At least you tried. If you sit there and hide and do nothing and he kills you, or you wait till the zone forces you in a bad spot and he kills you, then the only person you can be mad at is yourself. I would still think there's somebody on the other side of the street. There he is. But still, again, the guy's behind us. I'm very curious about. Now, to be honest, the guy across the street, he's in a bad spot. That's one of those times you don't want to shoot at Dracoda. That's one of those times you got to be a little bit more patient. If you have an enemy separating you from victory, aka to get to the next zone, don't piss him off. Now, if you have to kill him because he's looking right at you, by all means, but there was a good chance Dracoda was going to rap or something, and he could have just waited to see. I respect him for trying to get the shots off, but again, sometimes being a little bit more patient is a lot more rewarding. And again, every strategy I tell you guys is all situational based. Now, who's he shooting at? That's what I'm really worried about. He might have got the kill because the player number just dove again. So that guy might have killed the other player, but I don't know. I'm not going to critique Caleb. He's in the middle of a fight. However, the only thing I will critique is pay attention to minimap. There's no reason for him not to have seen an ATV coming right at him. Granted, I don't know what his fight was like. Let's see. He might have been in a position where he had to fight it out, but judging by the fact there's no enemy near us, he could have bailed away and focused on us for a second. Another tip, guys, divert your attention to the nearest target. If there's a guy that has the potential to kill you more than the guy you're shooting at, stop shooting at that dude and focus your attention on the one that is the biggest threat. All right, so at this point, there's one enemy left. He should be pushing this way or at least peeking to hopefully get some shots off. He could have caught us in our bag, and again, he had to have been close enough over this ridge probably to distract the guy we had just killed. But instead, he's just hiding. You could make an argument for him popping his plates. However, I don't think it takes that long. So Dracoda keeps checking back at ruins, and Dracoda should know where he's at. There he is. But again, because he was there, he could rotate. And same aspect from them, but he should have definitely collapsed on us and tried to shoot us while we were in his body. All right, look at the patience. Dracoda not shooting right now. I'll be honest, I'm surprised we're going down. I'd go back up and contest them because we're kind of, there we go. Good job. Just diverting. Now, again, the enemy should be getting this spot before us. Unfortunately, didn't. But to be honest, dude, despite the fact that nobody shot at each other at the end of the game, that last guy I'm not really going to go too hard on. However, I still do believe it would have been very beneficial for him to have pushed up. He definitely would have stood a little bit better of a chance. But guys, look, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel today. And again, guys, I'll be coming out with more advanced tips as we get into the game more, as I stop spectating these basic mistakes. That way you guys can evolve alongside me. But guys, until next time, man, y'all have a good one and good luck in Warzone.